Zach met with Windsor Fire Chief Jamie Waffle to discuss fire safety.
Thank you so much for being here and joining me on Revolution Radio. I do want to ask, it seems like there's been a spike in fires in the city of Windsor, because every time I turn on the news, I keep hearing about a fire in this neighborhood, a fire in that neighborhood. What do you attribute that to?
When it comes to spikes and fires, sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. If you look even statistically, we don't necessarily see spikes specific to a month or a season. Sometimes within a season we might see that. Sometimes around Christmas we might see it. Other years we don't see it. So there seems to be, with those large spikes, no rhyme or reason unless you have an arsonist running around and whatnot, which usually will get flagged, and we would maybe know and give heads up to the community as to watch out for this or whatnot. And so, not saying there's never an arson, but we haven't seen a spike because of a serial arsonist running around at this time. We're not seeing that consistency. So right now, I would say we're not really attributing it to any certain specific scenario. I will say serious fires where there's significant injuries or fatalities, very much lean towards those that don't have working smoke alarms.
I always hear about people who, don't have their smoke alarms. What is your biggest advice to people to potentially avoid a fire?
Our two biggest risk factors and contributors still are careless cooking and careless smoking. Very often those coincide with substance abuse. Not always. Extreme tiredness, drinking too much. People lay down, have a cigarette in bed or on the couch. People come home and they cook late at night. They heat up oil, think that they're going to fry something later, and then they fall asleep. Stuff like that. Those are big contributors. Careless cooking, careless smoking are big contributors to our fires, and the biggest contributor to fatal fires are lack of smoke alarms or non-working smoke alarms. Sometimes that's because people took the battery out because they don't want to go off near their kitchen, or they're expired, or they're not up at all. But those are, I would almost plead with the people within our community to ensure you have working smoke alarms.
Make sure you have working smoke alarms and do not leave your cooking unattended, please. That is our little PSA. So you're the fire chief for the city of Windsor.
That's correct, yeah.
What is a day in the life like for a fire chief?
At the end of the day, you're ensuring that your team is keeping the community safe, ensuring that the community is safe, the team that is working on the front lines is safe. Beyond even the fire side of it, there's that whole education side, the fire prevention side of things, ensuring that you're doing things on the back end, making sure that at the end of the day, the buck stops with the chief, right? Ensuring that our team is running on the same page, the same goals in mind to keep each other safe, to keep the city safe in all aspects of fire department.
So you mentioned a little bit about the education side of it. Do you guys have anything coming up in terms of education?
We don't run workshops, but we're very involved. We have a fire life safety educator, and our team within the fire prevention division does a lot of work with schools, with the vulnerable, with the elderly, with the vulnerable occupancies. All those things get managed through our fire prevention division. And then even our frontline staff, everything that they do if there's a tour out there or they're in a school, it's all education driven.
Well, thank you. We know you got places to be. I've been Zach here with Jamie Waffle from Windsor Fire, and that's it for this edition of Revolution Radio.